Level 1. The political appointees. The lowest tier belonged to generals who earned their positions through politics rather than military competence. Italy's armed forces suffered particularly from this problem throughout the war. Marshal Rodolfo Graziani commanded Italian forces in North Africa despite minimal tactical ability. His 1940 invasion of Egypt collapsed within months against a numerically inferior British force. At Beta Foam, in February 1941, his army of 130,000 men surrendered to just 30,000 Commonwealth troops. These commanders understood bureaucracy better than battlefield dynamics. Their campaigns consistently failed because they lacked fundamental military training. Political loyalty to Mussolini mattered more than combat experience in their appointments. Level 2. The rigid traditionalists. The second level included competent but inflexible commanders who could not adapt to modern warfare. French General Maurice Gamelin epitomized this category during the 1940 Battle of France. He commanded French forces using outdated World War I tactics against Germany's mobile blitzkrieg strategy. Gamelin refused to establish a unified command structure or create armored reserve units. When German panzers broke through the Ardennes forest in May 1940, he had no operational reserves to counter them. Within 6 weeks, France surrendered despite having more tanks than Germany. These generals understood military theory, but remained trapped in obsolete doctrines. Their rigid thinking made adaptation impossible when circumstances changed. Level 3. The competent professionals. The middle tier consisted of solid professional officers who executed orders effectively without revolutionary innovation. British General Miles Dempsey commanded the Second Army during Operation Overlord and the Northwest Europe campaign. He successfully led his forces from Normandy to the Baltic Sea between June 1944 and May 1945. Dempsey coordinated complex operations involving multiple divisions across difficult terrain. However, his campaigns followed established doctrine rather than introducing new tactical concepts. American General Courtney Hodges similarly commanded the First Army with professional competence through France and Germany. These commanders won their battles through superior resources and methodical execution. They represented the reliable backbone of Allied military operations. Level 4. The Tactical Innovators. The fourth level belonged to commanders who introduced significant tactical innovations that influenced modern warfare. General Heinz Guderian pioneered armored warfare tactics that revolutionized military strategy. His concentrated panzer formations broke through French lines in 1940, proving the effectiveness of combined arms operations. Guderian coordinated tanks, motorized infantry, and air support in unprecedented ways during Operation Barbarossa in 1941. His Panzer Group II advanced 450 miles into Soviet territory within 3 months. Similarly, Soviet Marshal Georgy Zhukov developed deep battle doctrine that combined multiple army groups in coordinated offensives. These commanders fundamentally changed how modern armies fight wars.
Level 5. The Strategic Masters. The fifth tier included generals who excelled at theater-wide strategic planning beyond individual battles. American Admiral Chester Nimitz commanded the Pacific Fleet with extraordinary strategic vision from 1941 to 1945. His island-hopping strategy bypassed heavily fortified Japanese positions, saving countless American lives while advancing toward Japan. Nimitz coordinated naval, air, and ground forces across millions of square miles of ocean. British General William Slim led the 14th Army to victory in Burma through brilliant logistics and strategic maneuver. He transformed a demoralized force into an effective fighting machine that defeated Japanese forces in difficult jungle terrain. These commanders understood logistics, intelligence, and grand strategy at the highest levels. Level 6. The Operational Geniuses. The second highest level belonged to commanders who demonstrated near-perfect operational art across multiple campaigns. German Field Marshal Erich von Manstein designed the conquest of France and executed brilliant defensive operations on the Eastern Front. His counteroffensive at Kharkov in February 1943 destroyed 3 Soviet army groups and stabilized the German front. Manstein understood operational tempo, deception, and maneuver warfare better than almost any contemporary. American General George Patton demonstrated similar operational brilliance during the 1944 breakout from Normandy and the relief of Bastogne. His Third Army advanced farther and faster than any comparable force in military history. These commanders possessed intuitive understanding of battlefield dynamics that bordered on genius. Level 7. The Complete Commanders. The highest tier belonged to generals who combined strategic vision, political acumen, and operational skill. American General Dwight Eisenhower commanded the largest amphibious invasion in history on June 6, 1944. He coordinated 12 allied nations, managed difficult personalities like Montgomery and Patton, and maintained coalition unity through victory. Eisenhower understood that modern war required diplomatic skill equal to military competence. Soviet Marshal Georgy Zhukov belongs here as well, having planned the defense of Moscow, the Stalingrad counteroffensive, and the final assault on Berlin. These commanders operated at every level simultaneously, from grand strategy to tactical details, while navigating complex political realities.